Robert Johnson, like all these older like blues cats, and it also shaped my love for that kind of stuff too. You know what I mean? Because out of blues you get rock and roll, but you also get funk, you get, further on down the line, you get hip hop, and you get freaking gangster rap, which is my next thing, like gangster rap. When I was fucking, 9 or 10, ooh boy.
Gangster rap.
I'm telling you, NWA was on the speaker.
All right.
And then eventually The Chronic, Dr. Dre's The Chronic was huge for me when I was young, and freaking like Warren G, that Warren G record, when he came out with that.
Absolutely.
Oh my God,
some good shit, man.
We love that stuff.
So your parents introduced you to music, right? You kind of created this love for music. You're a father.
I am.
How many kids do you have?
3.
3 kids.
Yeah.
Do they love music?
They do, actually. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
My son, oddly enough, or not, I don't know, whatever, is a drummer. I can't tell him not to be a drummer because he just is. Holmes is on the drums and has been since he couldn't even walk. And I just kind of like sat him down and I put some drumsticks on the floor. And he picked them up, and when that was, like I said, before walking, like he had this weird natural thing that he did with his wrist, and I was like, I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
Right.
I've been trying to feel like I know what you're doing right now for 20 years, and it's taken me a learned thing, and he always knew it.
Wow.
Now, the other day, I took him, we got him a pair of drumsticks, I got him some drums, got him all set up. Kid sits down, because now he's 6, and I was like, okay, you've been talking about doing drums your entire life.
Sure.
And so no, you're not gonna forget about it. It's not a passing thing, so I will teach you. So we started this thing, and it's crazy, man, because we both love playing drums, and we bond on that.
Yeah.
So he's that way. He's into that stuff. And he does like heavy metal though, which is weird because I don't like heavy metal. But, like, he likes the most like rockiness stuff.
Sure.
My youngest daughter, Olivia, she's 2. She dances. Anything. I swear she hears music in her head.
Wow.
Because she'll just be walking and all of a sudden just like break out into like this dance.
Yes,
Like she just hears it.
Yeah.
And then my middle child, Sophia, she's so sweet, man.
Tell me about Sophia.
She's so sweet.
Why is Sophia sweet?
I don't know. I love all my kids. I love them all.
Sure.
We have these different relationships, and she just stole my heart. Like, that is the most purest form of love that I know.
Tell me about that.
Is my relationship between myself and her.
So that's a fantastic question, and what I'm curious about, I love to hear you say that. What I'm curious about is you love your children, right? And I think it's pretty clear. We'll talk a little bit more about that, about what that's like to be a father and a single dad, right? If ever may. Yeah. But how do you tell me the time that you knew Sophia loved you? Like when did you ever feel that moment? Tell me about that. Or how do you, is there a moment that exists where you knew that your daughter loved you, admired you, and just...
So there's two different things, and I've seen it 2 different ways.
Tell me.
The first way was when she was nonverbal, when she was really tiny, and she had this issue with it was a medical issue. It was bothering her, and it was painful, and she would have these fits of like screaming, and she was young, man. She was less than a year. She'd have these fits of screaming, and at the time I worked in the restaurant industry, so I was working at night, and I came home one night, and my wife at the time was up with her, and she wouldn't stop screaming, and my wife was like, "You gotta do something," So I grabbed her. Mind you, I had my son, but my son didn't suffer anything like this. So I'd never been through this before. I didn't know what to do to comfort her, or how I could, or any of that stuff. So, but instinctually, I just kind of did a few things. I rocked her, held her, laid her on my chest. She stopped screaming, and then from that point forward, it was like she developed a trust, like that I was gonna try to soothe her in some form or fashion. And so I was the only one who could get that to work. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
That's beautiful.
It was really nuts. The second way was, I think it was about a year ago. She's 4 now. So when she was about 3, she looked at me in a certain way, and it was like I knew she trusted me.
Okay.
And it wasn't about, I don't remember the complete situation, but I think it had something to do with food, which, whatever, anybody could look at this and think of it as a not a big deal, but I was just trying to tell her like something was good, it was tasty, and she should try it out. You know what I mean? And so she did. It went well. she looked at me and it just, the look in her eye was like, I love you, I trust you forever, like I will never not judge what you said. Like in that moment, like of course they're kids, they're gonna fucking push back all the time. You know what I mean? I get a lot of pushback with different things.
But you guys had that moment.
But we had this bond, where she was like, I trust you.
What does that feel like?
Ooh, I don't know how to describe that.
Okay.
I can tell you how I feel right now talking about her.
How do you feel?
I'm like completely illuminated from the inside out.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like,
I can feel it. The energy is
crazy.
It's loud. Yeah.
Like I love all, like I said, I love all my kids. There's this really interesting bond that myself and Sophia have. My son, I feel like sometimes he looks at me and he's like, I'm not sure I trust you, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he does find like. Hey everybody, I am Ryan. You just saw me on The Love Show. If you want to check out more of that episode, go to ybspros.com. Stop BSing. If you ever ask yourself why I'm BSing, you need to go to ybspros.com for more podcasts and great entertainment, helpful activities. Anyways, my name is Ryan. Again, you can check me out on Spotify. My podcast is called Set Free, A Mind Well Traveled. Come check out all the content. You can find Emcee Special K on there as well. Live, laugh, love.